Welcome back, everybody. So glad you could be with me here today. Walter here at the workbench. So, going to start a new series, and it has to do with selecting a hand plane for the task, not for the brand or the particular setup or any of that. There are basically three areas that hand planes can be classified. The first of which would be stock preparation. So, in that classification, you could put in jack planes. This happens to be a number 5. And triplanes. This happens to be a number 7. Now, in between these two is the number 6, which also is one that you could use in stock preparation because it is wider than the number 5. It gets a little more work done, but it's not as long as the number 7. The key question you have to ask yourself is, what am I doing? Am I preparing a short piece of work? Or is it a medium piece of work? Or is it a lot longer? Am I trying to flatten a workbench top or a jewelry box? So those are kind of the questions you want to ask, and that will direct you towards a plane that would suit your purpose. Now, for stock preparation, you need a tool that has a slightly cambered or rounded iron. And I say slightly because you're not going to be taking 1/4 inch shavings off. You're going to be taking thousandths of an inch to maybe as much as a 64th or a 32nd. Okay. On rare occasions, you can set up a plane with a severely cambered iron and you can take off 1/8 inch shavings, but not with the grain. You'll be going across the grain. So, jack plane would be an entry level stock preparation plane, but make sure you have a bare minimum of 2 cutting irons. One straight with slight camber on left and right, and the other a slightly greater camber, maybe as much as a 32nd of an inch. Then what you can do is use your number 5 to rough out the wood, change the blade, and now you can smooth it to some extent. So my recommendation all the time to somebody starting out for first plane is always the number 5. Now, having said that, you will hear some people say that all you need is the number 4. Well, goes back to how big is your project? It's not a rule, it's not even a rule of thumb, but basically I look at it as how long is the plane? So the number 4 is just under 9.5. So I would look at wood that I want to plane from 9.5 to 19 inches. The number 4 works. You get up to the jack plane and you're looking at 14 inches. So now you're looking at wood from 14 inches to 28 inches, so on and so forth. And these are just generalities. These are not hard and fast rules. There was a gentleman I read stories about and saw a few videos years ago, Alan Peters. Alan Peters attacked everything with a number 7. That's the way he rolled, you know? So, for first video in this series, it's a matter of selecting planes based on task. And if you're new to woodworking, or if you're new to hand tool woodworking, your first task shouldn't be a 12-foot long credenza or a dining table. Your first project should be a box, something to store maybe the tools in, or a jewelry box, or a box to put tea in, or something, okay? So you start out small and you work your way up. But for stock preparation, I recommend the 5, the 5.5, the 6, and then for a triplane or a truing plane, the number 7. The number 8, which I don't have, is a jointer plane. And that's the aircraft carrier of planes. And I have wooden jointers that serve that purpose for me. So that's about it on this one. If you have any questions, comments, suggestions, leave it down in the comment box. And I appreciate you stopping by. So the number 5, 5.5, 6, and 7 are your stock preparation planes. Stay tuned. We're moving up to smoothers next.